Alright, hello everybody and welcome to our ProjectTerra game dev stream. I'm Felix aka Luxin and I will do the game development, and with me in the voice chat right now is Stefan aka Rechden.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe other people will join us later. I think Geflüge wanted to join later as well. Maybe also Teflora, not sure right now. Anyway, yes, so today will be kind of special stream because today we will actually mostly show off the prototype we've been working on the whole year already, essentially. So that's we kind of like hit the first big milestone in ProjectTerra development, in that we managed to finish this basic prototype that mostly combines some of the core mechanics. Mostly you can just fight enemies. There's some very basic puzzle solving. Oh, there's Flora. Hello.
Hi.
And mostly it's just trying to get everything to run. So essentially just trying the new graphic style, trying the new animation system, implementing some enemies and see how everything works out. And I think overall it definitely seems to work out. I think we can say that. Okay, we got a couple of subscriptions already before I forget about that. So we just got one by Teflora, our #1 fan, who's subscribed for 37 months already. Surprise, another month. Thank you. We got another one just now, a Prime subscription by Dance SSB. And before we got a subscription by EL 20,202, and I think that's it. All right. Yeah.
Wait, are you dropping frames?
Am I dropping frames? I mean, it's streaming, so that
No,
can
like
always.
is OBS saying you are dropping frames?
No, it's not. I think it's most likely a connection issue. I mean, talking about connections, let's hope that the internet will be stable this time. I actually recently switched from Vodafone to T-Online, another internet provider here in Saarbrücken. Let's hope that it works better, but it's not. There's no guarantee because I already had some internet shortage before, like 2 times already, even though I just switched. So it doesn't seem like there's a big difference, unfortunately. There's an audio lag. That's not an audio lag, that's a camera lag. For some reason the camera is, I don't know. Essentially, since some point the driver changed, and since then the camera has been lagging. So whenever I update it, it's the camera is always lagging behind, essentially. That's usually what happens. The sound should be fine though. Yeah? Wait, is my sound always okay?
I mean, it's fine for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an internet connection thing, maybe it's something with the microphone. That's another option. There was an audio video desync for a bit. Okay, maybe there's just some Twitch issue. At least OBS doesn't seem to complain right now. Okay, let's just continue. Okay, we also have a music bot, but I will actually leave that one out for now because I want to play with some music. The prototype, and I think we can start the music bot after that again. Okay, so I guess I will just go ahead and play the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can narrate. Welcome to the world of ProjectTerra. Join Juno on her epic adventure through the fantasy world of, well, I guess Terra. Name of the planet pending.
Yeah, definitely not Terra. Or is it?
I don't know, like, we haven't decided yet. So that's one of the names that's not decided.
Oh yes,
Right, Juno. can summon.
I
mighty
forgot something
weapons.
important. I have to put on my blanket. Give me a moment.
Yeah, I do not have a movie narrator voice. Hello. Planet pending. Soon in your solar system.
Okay, it's better because it's pretty cold now these days. So let me start the streaming. There's actually no full screen option yet, is there?
You overrode F12 for some reason.
F what?
F12 for some reason opens.
Yeah, that's
the
because
debugging
F11 is always full screen, never F12.
tool. Wait, and is it 11 that makes full screen?
Yeah, was always F11,
In the
never
browser, yes.
F12.
No. I mean, like, is it already working? Sorry.
It's not, no.
All right, I don't know. I'll implement it soon.
Okay, yeah, anyway. So we don't really have proper full screen yet, but, you know. Maybe I can actually make... Yeah, actually that seems to be working already. Let me just...
Could just go into the debug console and say nv.app.
That's fine. I will just stream the whole game like this here.
No.
That should be fine. So now looks better on stream, I think. Okay.
No, it. Oh yeah, there we go. It's Sleepy Juno.
Alright, here we go. That's a prototype. Let me actually make the music a little bit quieter, I think. We don't have proper options yet, but fortunately we have the debug panel. So I'll just...
Juno Olira is the surname spoken in Irish. Yeah, it's Juno Olira. Well, it means of Lira. But yeah, it's just dropped.
And we got another subscription by Iron Rodan with Prime. Thank you.
Felix, you changed it in the options. The
What?
volume.
Oh,
Options menu, not in the audio.
I forgot. Okay, that's right.
But it stays that way too.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Actually, let me just make the master volume a bit lower.
And yeah, as you can see, like stylistically, it is very much inspired by Crosscode. I don't know if you heard of the game.
Really niche game.
Okay,
yeah,
so here's
like,
a lot of text about what to do, but I already know what to do, so I will just skip that. Okay, so here we go. This is ProjectTerra. I can move around. This is a checkpoint. And the first thing we can do is collect chests. And one big difference is that now we have a jump button, or a dash button, which is also a jump button. So you can jump like this. And I just want to get this treasure chest here. And then we can also aim. Wait, the camera doesn't move anymore when I'm aiming. What's happening?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. How? Okay, I need to have a look at this. I just noticed that now.
Yeah, you're right.
Damn.
It worked. Not
Wait, does this work with... does it also doesn't... Wow, okay, interesting. Maybe I will...
it's something for screen shake to do?
Actually, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that's the first bug I will fix after I showed off the prototype. For whatever reason, we never noticed this during playtesting. Well, this was
I'm pretty sure it worked when I tested it.
Felix, why is
Just
there
a few
no
days
sound
ago.
That's
No sound is broken.
weird.
You have to
Damn
deliver.
it. Damn
Maybe
it.
it was just recently, I don't know. Oh, anyway, we can still
I
play
guess I
it.
gotta
Doesn't
go
break the
again.
game. Anyway, hi
Oh,
Hannah.
there's no sound yet.
Okay.
These chests, by the way, are currently just
They're placeholders too. Like a
Yeah.
lot of things. Like most of
Yeah.
things, really. Except for maybe Yuno. But she's also probably not really final. There's also those enemies here that might seem a little bit familiar.
Plus their spelling errors. We haven't, like, there was no one spell checking what I wrote.
No.
That's true.
No,
There was no time.
I literally wrote that in like the fastest time I could, so I can move on to the next scene.
By the way, hey guys. It's me,
Hi, Hannah.
Hannah.
I.
Okay,
Yeah, this enemy is not related to hedgehogs at all.
No, why?
it's actually hedge kangaroos.
That's right.
They have two legs.
So one thing you might notice is how the music now has this dynamic transition between regular and combat music, and it's not like the combat track always starts from the beginning. And okay, so here we have some rocks that we cannot destroy, neither with our sword nor with our bow. So we have to go somewhere else. Well, but let's first go up here a little bit. Let's now. One thing you definitely see we already have again is the whole platforming in Crosscode. You will find the same thing in ProjectTerra. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I did 2D, so you can better see the height of things. Okay, so now we are in a cave, so we also have interior cave things, and there's a new enemy that you might recognize from somewhere else. Okay, so one big difference now is that you can actually shoot at things that are flying in the air. So you might actually not see this here, and that's because the shadows are missing, which is also something we will still change, so there will be some kind of shadows in interiors too. But those things are flying upwards and you cannot really hit them, but you can shoot at them with your bow, essentially at any time, because you can shoot upwards now. And even if it may lie up there, you can still shoot at it, so that kind of like makes those flying enemies less of a pain. Because you can't just, I know, there's some kind of auto-aim in this game where it automatically locks to an enemy that is closest to your crosshair, and when this enemy happens to be flying upward, above you, you just shoot up. That's the idea.
I always found some bug of that where I was aiming at something and it was auto-aiming at the thing behind it.
Maybe that's because your cursor was behind it. Because currently it works like the closest thing to the cursor will be aimed, so you might have been aiming like at this moth, but you actually, this one is strictly speaking closer to your cursor, and that's why it aims at this one. And that happens, that's not really a bug, that's something...
No, it happened with the controller.
With the... Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm using right now too.
Yeah, but why would you want, with the controller, you probably want the closest thing to you.
That's okay, then we just need to change the algorithm, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can do that, obviously.
At least it immediately felt like a bug to me.
Yeah.
Because I usually want to, like, if something is in between, I just move differently. But yeah, like... Also, obviously, like, all the UI is still work in progress, right? Like, some things we are already happy with, kind of. Like, I like the HP bars and the break bars.
Yep.
For now,
I like the... yeah, the break bar is really nice. It's really much clearer.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that the soft lock probably could use a little bit of animation, maybe, when it soft locks on something. Like,
what soft lock do you mean?
Like the cursor that locks onto enemies, right? It's kind of sometimes hard to see in the heat of combat.
Yeah, I mean, that essentially is just essentially the same cursor put on top of the enemy, so we can do something better there. Maybe adding some outlines to the enemy or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, right. I already had something like that in mind too. But yeah, Felix was running on top of something, like where he started. There's like a small checkpoint. There's already a little bit of a hint at how Terra will be a little bit different when it comes to healing.
I mean, you might notice this already right now. Looking at my HP, you see that the HP actually doesn't regenerate after battle. So that will be a big difference to Crosscode. So you actually need to go to checkpoints or similar things to recover your HP. And we got a subscription by Sojiro Chris saying, "You guys are awesome, can't wait for the finished game." Thank you very much. The finished game will probably take some time though. I mean,
yeah,
you know how it is with us.
But there's like a big difference in terms of that we have more people that can use our editors now, more people that could map, like all those details. Like actually, I did only one map in all of that, right?
Yeah, like
our newest member actually did the most maps, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
He also did the cave maps, the cave map.
And I just collected a new weapon. Now we have the hammer, and that's another big feature of Terra, which that is different from CrossCode. That you can now have different weapons, not only close combat weapons, but also different range weapons. Though right now we only have one range weapon implemented in the prototype, but technically we already support several, I think.
No, it's not just a banhammer, it's the silencer.
It's it's a silencer, right? I mean, look at that shape. I essentially just created that shape like in a few hours. Like the hammer is a bit of a pain to create graphically because you need to do a lot of graphics in different perspectives, but
I can help with that. Like I actually wanted to help you with that, but you were already done.
Okay.
But I already have an idea for a hammer shape for like a skin. So
Okay.
yeah, by the way, we can actually skin
Yep.
the weapons.
Whoa. Okay.
can-
Another thing we actually still want to implement is that you can see enemies behind trees like this, and also the player.
Yeah.
And obviously there will be some stuff where we can fade away trees and stuff like this. So that's currently not implemented, but something we still want to do. I mean, that is kind of important for certain environments.
I gotta say, even though we worked a lot on tools, we got some basic gameplay done very fast thanks to like us being able to like port a lot of stuff from CrossCode and kind of take that and like make adjustments where we felt like they need to be made. So not everything is very visible right now, but there's a lot of stuff that makes development much easier. Like we can like preview enemy attacks right in the editor. Like in general, actions can be shown right on the player, so we can like see how things will look in the game too.
Here's actually one of the, I think, the nicest places in the whole prototype. This little lake that is hidden up here. I think it's really beautiful.
I was surprised that there's no chest hidden.
Yeah, there's nothing here. It's just a nice, pretty place. But it's, that's a reward
I was
in itself.
thinking like maybe I put that one, and then I thought like, no, that's just like a neat landmarky kind of.
Yeah.
Just
Like
a
a
nice
little
spot.
secret.
If that would be part of the game, I would place an NPC there, like
Right.
maybe animals that do something cute there.
Yeah. I mean, this map was essentially created by Sibylla, like the new team
Our
member.
newest team member. Well, newest team member, like excluding the interns.
Yeah, including interns and maybe Parisa too, I guess. So, she
So yeah,
worked
right.
on building tools. So,
Oh man, the AI. You said like we don't have like effect particles being able to interact with the environment, right?
no, not
the
yet.
Yeah, so
Like-
the destruction effects might look a little bit goofy.
Yeah, the destruction effects they're high, and they're not ideal yet. They're very, I don't know. I was thinking maybe we might even need some frame limiter for particle effects too, maybe, because they kind of like look a little bit too fluid. So then something we might add. But yeah.
By the way, this island here, I think's really neat, just from the layout here.
I mean this down here. Yeah.
Yeah, where you collected the chest. That's really nice.
Yeah, just this idea of having those things underwater that you can use for platforming is such a great thing.
You can even like walk in like, as you can see, you can walk in shallow water. You can even walk in a little bit deeper
Oh yeah,
water.
let me show this actually here.
But you cannot like as soon as it goes 3 tiles down. Like I'm sorry, Juno is just not a friend of water.
Yeah, sorry. That's one of the things that probably won't change much. We decide to not let you allow to swim indefinitely because it makes some of the level design things just too complicated, so sorry, still no swimming. But at least you can walk in very deep water now, so that's something.
And so we will use that for like stuff. But yeah, otherwise like there will be some story reasons for that.
I think I will go to the village at the end, because then I will show like one of the bugs I want to fix.
Yeah.
Wait, now it works. Oh boy, I think I know why it didn't work in the beginning.
Because
maybe the reset camera. The thing is, I think maybe you didn't reset the camera in your cutscene, and there's currently the bug that it doesn't reset automatically. So you.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I always use reset camera.
Then I don't know. Then I need to have a look. But it does. It works now again. You know.
Judging by the beauty of your prototype, one can conclude that your build system is very. Yeah, thanks. Like the build system, you mean like the code base?
I mean, the build system is. Well, I mean, it does work a lot better in compared to what we had in Crosscode, because in Crosscode the build system was pretty, like, it always copied all the files all the time, and that's why it took a long time. And for this build system, we use something called RoboCopy, which is a feature that Windows had all the time, which essentially just copies the files that are actually different. And it's very nice and very fast. So, yeah.
We also got a subscription.
We got a subscription? Oh, like a highlighted message. Quack.
No,
by
Aqua's Marine subscribed for 3 months. The game is looking incredible right now. Keep up the great work there. Bang.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I will.
Thank
The
you.
other ones, I don't know, but I will.
So now we have like can access actually the western map, since we can destroy the rocks.
Oh, by the way, one small thing I would like to have added. When you use the vertical attack with the hammer, I think it should hit enemies that are one layer underneath you too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think a lot of the suites should do that actually, because it's currently a little bit annoying when enemies are below you. Sometimes cannot hit them. So we can tweak that. Yeah, that's a problem. I think in fact you can already easily do this now. You just need to tweak some of the collision values. Okay, I'm almost dead. I actually didn't show like the puzzle cave map by hand, and I should do this later.
I mean,
yeah, the very impressive.
No need. It's
The
not
very
a
impressive puzzle. Okay.
Yes, it's super important. I mean, it is interesting maybe because of how different Switch puzzles now work in Crosscode. In that you don't need to be on the same height there.
Yeah, but we can still enforce that by just having a small edge there.
Okay.
Yep, you can.
There's just you could test that by simply adding a small prop, to be honest.
You could just add a small stone there, and that probably would be enough to make it impossible.
I mean, I could also add a small. No. Wait, hidden blocks are not. But I could add something different.
No, hidden block you don't add hidden block. That would be.
Okay, that's the question. Is the guarding system with the perfect guarding brought over from Crosscode, or is it different? Currently, we don't have guarding, but we plan to add it.
Yes,
similar
definitely.
to Crosscode, and that will be most definitely be perfect guarding, because Stefan
it probably will
insist on
be
it.
even
So
better.
here's
like,
a boss enemy.
Yeah, like there was also the idea that we made dashing more visible when you do a perfect dash. Right, something like a small slowdown, kind of like the foresight move in Methodors. There's a very purple color enemy.
Very much purple.
So we have a certain blue non-hedgehog. It's not a hedgehog. It's just a boss, and it's blue. Actually, it's purple.
It's purple.
Yeah.
There's no boss bar right now.
Yeah, the boss HP bar is still
That is
missing.
definitely not crosscode 2. You are right about that. That's 100% true, yeah.
Well. Actually, let me switch back to the sword.
Ah, yeah, the break bar now goes down to show you how long you have.
Yep, that's one of the new features that essentially, the thing is, like, the whole break system will be a little bit more standardized in Terra. In that, like, you know, in crosscode, in practice it was mostly the same, like there was always one break bar per enemy, but in theory you could have had multiple. But in Terra there will only be one, essentially.
It's also nice to, like, this can be an accessibility feature easily, where we can say, like, extend, you have some way to extend that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, nice boss.
Just made a mess here.
And, like, what was the time on that, Felix? I think,
how long did I play?
No, the creation of the boss.
That boss was created in about 2 hours, I think. 2 to 3 hours at most. I mean, it was pretty basic, but, you know, the new enemy editor does help a lot to make it faster.
And also, like, it's a good thing, like, we can actually take ideas from crosscode. We can say, like, oh yeah, this worked very well in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I mean, we would definitely recycle some of the ideas we had in crosscode. It's just impossible to do everything new. It's just about tweaking details, essentially, like how everything is connected together and all that.
Will there be party members that fight with you?
Not like crosscode. They won't be involved in combat in terms of that they can be focused by the enemies. It's more like a supporting role.
Yeah, there will be different, but there will be some kind of party member.
People will run around with you and you will have the conversations and stuff like that. That's definitely... Hey guys, big fan of you all. You really inspire me to keep working, love you, and keep up the nice work. No,
thank you.
Stop it,
Thank you.
There's also a comment, seems like no indication when switching weapons implemented yet. That's right, so there will definitely be something. Right now
it's like something in
very
the top
bare
left.
bone.
You can see like the icon changes actually. If you switch
just see the icons changed in the upper left, yes.
There is something. No unlocking swimming.
I mean, fun fact, crosscode didn't have a very big indication of element switches in, like, for a good while, I think. We just implemented sometime later during early access.
Yeah, like this
it's important though,
done.
I mean.
Yeah, especially like there will be more like the element thing, and I think we could also show the icons, like just white versions of the weapon icons on top of her to like showcase these are the weapons that you now have.
Yeah.
But the UI is currently not really reflecting the element and the chosen weapon anyway, so it's, I quickly do. Actually, what you're doing is you're switching through the elements.
I mean, currently we currently just use the weapons as symbols because we don't have elements properly implemented. But yeah, essentially what you do is switch through elements and you have weapons.
In the stream layout, there's a 4 arrow.
What is that? Oh, is that like I just realized.
Right.
Yeah, that's because of the music thing. Let me just hide it.
Oh yeah, the music bot.
Yeah, that's because I use a different layout. Okay. So here we have a village.
Right. The village has obviously like this is not like a finished village. This is basically a testing ground, right? But that said, there's a lot of cool things to see here in terms of like props.
Yeah.
And like embellishment and details, right? We can already see like our artists like trying out a lot of stuff now that they are also able to implement props themselves. They can very quickly like prototype this stuff, and you can see here like in the inside where Felix was, quickly just add some props, build them together. Like we don't have to do that anymore. Like.
Yeah.
It takes time from us and gives the artist more power and control over how they want to have that in the game, and also give them the option to like learn how to do that, right? Like
climbing. Yeah, and what I realized, like the climbing still has a couple of issues with situations like this. Actually, that is a good. This is a very good thing to check. Climbing. Yeah.
I mean, she's not climbing. She's basically doing a stepping exercise to get her card.
Yeah. She's trying to climb. Actually, yeah. The problem is because she needs to climb up while she's climbing. That's the problem here.
Actually, Felix, she's taking bites out of the cucumbers.
Oh, that's what she's doing. Okay. She's actually just eating.
She's eating like a pig for some reason.
You make tools to easily add static props. Yeah, essentially. Yeah,
yes, that's like, it pretty much.
This is done by Martina, I think, right?
Martina did a lot of those props here. Not, well, probably most too.
And maybe some collisions are weird. Like maybe this collision, for instance, could be that you can pass through those things from the bottom. I don't know what the collision on that is.
Which one?
To be honest. On these. Like where with the cucumbers, this one.
I mean, I think I know why that is. I think. Oh man, it's the same here. Holy shit! I think it's because
there's a prop on a prop on a prop.
Yeah, there's a prop on a prop on a prop. Essentially, we do have a visualization feature for that. Let me just enable it. Yeah. Okay. So here, it shouldn't have an issue here, but it has, which is also weird. But here, essentially, you have a prop on top of another prop. And I think the game is just too much for the physics engine right now. So, but maybe we can fix that. Oh, okay,
so Felix, you would say that it's a bit problematic.
Yeah. Damn, what the heck? There's also like a really stupid issue rendering all those props here. Damn, there's so many issues. Okay.
I mean, that's how game development goes, right?
Right.
Will there be a man layer skin? Probably not.
Yeah, why is it adding things to the column?
Yeah, that's a weird thing, right? That should not happen. I think I did some check that it only shows certain collision boxes, and that one seems to be broken.
Okay,
alright.
We would have like noticed it earlier.
Actually, that's one of the things I probably need to fix next. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, like this like looks like an XY mix up to me.
Yeah. Though I thought I was using a frustrum.
Oh, okay.
I have to check.
I mean, it can still be that. The frustrum and the camera move differently.
No,
right? While
the frustum is calculated from the camera position every frame, essentially.
I also saw something interesting with these fish thingies.
Yeah.
How do you call it? These fish sun grills.
Yeah.
That the shadow is actually solid. I thought that's interesting.
There's probably a transparent pixel in there then.
Maybe the pixels are not 100% transparent.
Oh,
that could be.
I think so. Yeah, and also the thing with these is there's really just one pixel in between, right? So maybe while casting a shadow, those things get merged. Like you see it on the left side there too, and with the green net.
Yeah.
And the shadow color here also is exactly the color of the grid, so you don't even see the grid that well. Here, especially in the middle. I'm seeing it on the screen.
I mean,
right
you
now.
probably do check fully transparent pics and ignore them, but maybe they are not 100% transparent. That's possible.
That could be. Yeah.
So we might
it could also be because something. The shadow camera is like merging some pixels, and even though there are transparent ones, it interpolates from the neighboring, so it's not 100%.
Yeah, I don't really think it's a huge deal though. I mean, we could just disable shadows for things, but
it's not too bad. I think sometimes you even want this behavior.
Oh,
because having super small pixels in the shadow could look ugly quick.
Okay, so
point that out.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. So that's most of the content we have for the prototype, except for Hennes Cave. Maybe I'll show that later.
The best for last.
Okay, let me just run to the cave so we get this over with. Then I will go back to the village and show like some of
By the way, I thought of another thing that could work for inside things, because currently we have shadows completely disabled inside, right?
Yeah.
And we could actually enable them and just not render the map into the shadow map. Just
essentially just dynamic entities.
Yeah, that only things that should cast a shadow, basically.
Yeah,
and
that might work actually. That's a good idea. I mean, we can just say, for instance, we can say, okay, map terrain doesn't cast shadows, and then we only need to do that for moving entities and maybe some of the props. I mean, you can configure if you want that for the prop or not. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, and setting it to like that the shadows coming from basically vertically down or just in a very slight angle.
Yeah.
There will be a dash count.
Yeah, there will be a dash count.
Don't worry about that.
Or but some other limit.
There will also be sprinting, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you hold the dash button for a longer time and then you start doing a faster movement. So there will be something else to move faster this time. Yeah. But something you unlock during the game.
Here's the Switch. The Switch isn't really fully animated yet.
Will Terra be released on the Switch?
I don't know. Not yet. Let's see what Robots has to say about this. Okay.
Yay.
Here is a scripted battle.
You didn't even explain that the boxes are not are only temporary.
Yeah, like most of things here.
Yeah. We won't be boxes for we won't be using boxes for barriers and platforms. At least not primarily.
At first, I felt kind of overwhelmed by this fight here because of the small arena and many buffs. But when you find out that you can stun the moths instantly when you hit them while they charge, it's pretty easy.
That's thing, yeah.
I mean, Felix told me add like 6 of them, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah, because they're most fun if there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
Actually, one trick is you can't just keep cheating on them because the bow is actually currently overly powerful. I think it has too high of an attack value.
Yeah, I think so too. The mobs really get killed really quickly.
The bow is a bit overpowered right now.
Are there any plans for playable beta? I mean, yeah, sure.
Any plans for what?
Again, so.
For playable
beta.
Yeah. I mean, Felix, the thing is, it's already a crossbow, so it already has like the latest tier of weapon strength.
Do you guys have a pretty good idea of what the story is going to be already?
No, not at all.
We just made all of those assets, and now I think we just want to make it into a complete sci-fi game or something, a cyberpunk game. That's a bit problematic, but we will see.
We actually have already a plot laid out. We have the characters, and it's at that point where we actually already have a little bit of script work, and
okay.
We're discussing like dialogues and.
Let me actually show you now the bug that I actually wanted to fix first, but I will probably fix it a bit later. It's this one. It's really annoying. Look at this.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this is really good. This is a really good bug.
Luckily, I get it reproduced. So, yeah, that's weird. That should not happen. I'm sure speedrunners would love this, but nope. We can't have that. Okay.
By the way, we had a question by Kovac a bit earlier, I think, that we never answered. If I can find it again. Will Terra have a day and night cycle?
Not necessarily a dynamic day and night cycle, but we can definitely render day and night more effectively this time, we will probably use that in some way. I think the idea that we recently had, like that we most agree on, is that you can actually choose somewhere to play around in day and night, but it's not dynamically changing. So there will be no real time happening while you walk around and all that.
Real time,
kind of like it should imply, like, when you have a day and night cycle, I kind of personally just want to have it matter, right? Like, there should be some gameplay relevance. Like, for me, it's always important that, of course, it would be realistic, but does it serve any purpose in the video game, right?
Yeah.
And I like the idea of having day and night, because then we can say these things are night and these things are day, and it's easier for us to create content that way, because if we say
it's better to have like to show certain moments in the game with the right atmosphere. It's just nice to say, okay, this is now in the night and this is the morning, all that. So and that's mostly why I want them.
Also, if you have a day and night cycle and want, for example, NPCs to like go to bed at night, it's pretty complicated to do that with a dynamic cycle. But if you only have 2 states, I think that's
much more feasible. That's true. Yeah, that's another reason, pretty much. Okay, so let me actually switch.
And I also like the idea
mode.
of like certain enemies spawning only at night or at day.
Okay, so before I now tackle this issue, I want to see the beginning and see why that didn't work, because that should be easier to fix, I hope. Let me just... Can I reproduce it?
Anyway, turning back to this story.
Okay.
You guys are in for a treat. You and I have you have no idea about the designs. These are just tests. Sybil made some rough designs for other characters already. They look sexy. It already goes like I personally already have a
so Stefan, you did not reset the camera, so that's why we had this bug in the beginning.
I did? What?
No, you didn't. But it's okay. I mean, you shouldn't have to usually, because by default this should happen automatically. So maybe that's a bug I should fix, because
did I remove that then? Then I must have removed
it
simply.
Maybe you did some change because you wanted to get something to work, and that's why it happened. But
I wanted to like zoom in, I think.
But that is actually a bug, because it should reset the camera but automatically at the end of cutscene. So let me fix that bug first. Maybe
main character's beard grow in real time. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it actually does. She just doesn't have a beard, so you don't really see it. But it's in there somewhere.
She will be grow increasingly annoyed at people's antics.
Will there be several different hairstyle options for Juno?
Oh boy, I'm not sure.
It's a little bit hard. It involves again a lot of asset creation.
Yeah.
I mean that it's true for like heads and stuff like too. But to be fair, like we can do stuff like that more easily. But I think stuff that we can pap on top works better, like heads, weapon skins, for instance. Well, there will be no like different weapons in Terra. We definitely wanted to make use of that ability to have like more visualization.
Interesting. Like, it just doesn't work.
Oh, but the most important question of all is, when can we start throwing money at you?
Yeah, you can do it right now.
Currently, we are still busy receiving the money from the tax money from German people.
Wait. You won't believe this.
Okay. Oh no! Here we go again.
You will not believe this. What I found on the internet in 2021. You will not, Chad. You will lose your shit. Okay, so I was browsing like I am, right? Like lazy browsing, going through the internet, and I came on the site, right? called Amazon, and Amazon has like lots of things, right? And they have like a subscription service, right? And well, I didn't know they partnered with Twitch, and what you can do, like, you can like your favorite streamer can get one subscription for entirely for free, right? For 1 month. Only downside is you have to resubscribe, but I mean, you check in with your favorite streamer, right? So once per month, you can give them money without paying anything. Like, right? It's called Twitch Prime subscription. That's it. That's my pitch. I'm done.
Very nice.
But Stefan, that's impossible. I mean, does it even work when the month is 31 days long? Or does it just work in 30-day months?
Is Hannah talking currently? Or why is everyone so quiet?
I don't know. I've asked an important question.
I replaced every word he says with beep.
Beep, beep, beep. So I'm cursing all the time and you're an American TV station.
With beer. Beer, beer, beer. Beep, 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 beer, beep, 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 beer.
Oh my god, Felix is
using... It will also work on off months and
state. Okay, I'm currently debugging. You may not see it because I'm doing it on the wrong screen.
Anyway, you don't need to use Twitch Prime. You can also throw us your money into our bank accounts by resubscribing and like gifting subscriptions. And there we go. We got one.
Thank you to Omer. Gosh darn it! Thank you.
Who's amazing? Amazing, like I don't know. It's like a new shop, I guess. And they have like no dark mode on their website. It's like really shitty, actually.
Amazing.
Oh wait, my food is here.
Who's using not dark mode anymore?
So let me see. Sequence. The step context.
I think the music bot just left.
Oh yeah, maybe I should call it back. Hey, you still need it. Actually, I should play some music. I forgot about this. Oh yeah, and also, Hannah, I'm sorry, but the soundbar doesn't work anymore.
Oh no! Oh no!
Because I had to update Node.js for something, and now everything's broken again. That's
oh no!
It's very fragile. Unfortunately, I'm afraid.
We need to do something about that.
Yeah. Soon. We got a tier 1 subscription gifted to Yukai Drawing by EL20202. Thank you very much.
Oh shit, here we are. I'm back. I have the pomfrets. Anyway, yeah, if you like, you don't have to buy shit on Amazon. But like, use that subscription.
Oh no.
Subscribe.
Okay, now I had like a connection issue. Is everything? Yeah, okay, seems to work again. Oh boy. Let's hope that.
Stream is still live.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Like I had some internet trouble apparently there, some connection issue. So I get the feeling that so like I think there's something wrong. Here we go. Yes, I never actually clear the watchers for events. That makes sense. Oh damn. Yeah, let me see. Cancel sequence. Damn, I get the feeling there's so many issues still with the whole sequence thing.
Right, why it's so quiet? Why is nobody talking?
Yeah, I'm just thinking right now. I'm sorry. It's
You're all tired of your bullshit.
I'm actually still in Gunfire Reborn because I can't save my run.
Oh no!
So and I have to cancel it or continue it.
But Mom, I can't pause this game.
Mom.
Speaking of games that you can't pause, kind of. As noted on Discord, I recently finally bought Risk of Rain 2 on a sale, and also recently played it with a friend.
Mm.
And you can't pause it in online multiplayer, which is pretty bullshit because, I mean, there's a mod for it that you can pause it apparently. But I mean, why doesn't the game just pause when all the players go into like pause mode? Because you can't pause in single player. So it's really annoying because runs can take quite a bit of time, and sometimes you just need to pause games. What is this? It's co-op and not competitive. Let us pause the fucking game.
Okay, I think I found the issue. Mm-hmm.
And also let us have a ping function so we can ping things.
All right.
Because it's really annoying and difficult to explain where things are when you don't have ping options.
Right, what are you talking about? Sorry, the delivery guy forgot my drink. I came
Wait,
back.
what? Wait, what? The delivery guy forgot your drink?
Yeah, I saw like the drink wasn't there, and I was like, I gotta call him later.
Okay. See ya.
And then he just ringed my bell again, and I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, sorry, what was the game?
Risk of Rain 2. It was on sale recently. And you can't, the thing is, you can't pause it in single player, of course. But you can't, but you can also play it in online co-op with friends. And it's pretty annoying and unnecessary, in my opinion, that you can't pause the game. Because, I mean, you could just say, yeah, when everybody is in pause menu, then the game is paused. Because it's co-op anyway, so why not? And, I mean, there is apparently a mod for it, that you can pause the game, but...
Oh, nice.
It's a bit annoying. Yeah, I downloaded it, I just need to install it still. It's just a bit annoying that they didn't just think of that in the first place, because it seems kind of obvious to me, considering how often you get interrupted by things. And also, I think that...
out, I mean... Just restart the run.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're like 20 minutes in a run or something, you don't want to waste the run. That's a bit annoying. Use the mods to remove the pause button on single player games so you can claim it can't be paused. Yeah, great solution. And also, it would have been nice if you had at least one like ping, like one, how do you say, yeah, ping, basically one marker that you can set on the map, at least.
You can ping things.
Really, you can?
Yeah.
Yes, it's on V by default, I think.
It's middle mouse button by default.
Really? Okay. I didn't know
I think I set it to middle mouse button, so I think the default is something else.
So if Yui is still listening, we should remember that.
Yeah, when we play together, I can give you some insights and stuff.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I did play a bit. Did play a bit in single player, and then I played a bit with Yui a few hours basically, because it's because we also like went for character unlocks and stuff like that, which thankfully at least I unlocked basically every character, except for the beat the game one, because we beat the boss rather easily, but then we didn't know what to do when the planet explodes, basically.
Oh yeah. You need to escape.
Yeah, I know. We saw we did that, and then basically the planet exploded when the charge counter was at 97% or something, which was a bit annoying. But
Oh no.
Okay.
I mean,
so it works in principle, but the camera is doing weird things at the end, so I need to figure out what's happening there.
Maybe this was why I changed it, because the camera was weird on reset camera.
Okay, that actually, I think with reset camera it might be different, but let me check. Because reset camera does something a little bit different compared to what happens automatically at the end of the action.
You can also skip the cutscene, Felix.
Yeah, that's true, I know.
And
oh, that's this new...
at the messages. Yeah. That's something I added that we didn't have in Crossbow.
Yeah, I could just hide those. The screw, right. That's nice.
I really need to add a session crop for clear map variables. Or at least the events done.
Yeah, bye Yui.
Bye Yui.
Bye.
Bye. Everyone say bye. I'm eating. Oh! I just noticed I completely forgot to change the animation. Bruno just kind of. There's a little wiggle.
Yeah, I know. I have an idea why that is actually. The problem is that the camera is actually... That's because the player used to be at a different position when the scene started. He used to be here. And when it kind of like resets, what happens is that it says, okay, now go back to this camera position, but this camera position is back here. And in that moment, it kind of like very quickly goes back here. And this is why you have, it interpolates to this old position, then very quickly goes back to the new one. So the problem is this interpolation. In Crosscode, we didn't have this because the camera was always at the enemy, but at the entity. But here, it's sort of different. But there might be a way how I can fix that. I want to fix this now, rather than the collision issue.
Cheeseburger. Wait. Wait. Hold on a second, Felix. Hold on.
What is?
Is this the dark mode?
Oh yeah. I switched to dark mode because of the presentation I did, because I was copying code from Webster from PHP Storm over, and since it looked like shit on the dark presentation was white, so I changed it to dark mode. But now that you mention, let me quickly change it back. So
no.
Okay, never mind. I can keep it. It's fine.
We got him, Jeff.
Okay.
My little of development goes U4K. That's like the game dev experience. Like, oh, there's a bug. Oh, that is going to sidetrack me. I know it for sure.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. I'm using for let off because I don't care, so.
If it's in creation, who cares? Or in reset.
Yeah, I just make a reset because because I want the camera state to reset its position when I just start interpolating to it, because then there is no point in not having that. So I think I can use the interpolate to thing. Interpolate from, yes. From state.
Tourista fries are the best. So yummy. Have you tried web GPU already? No. I mean, it's pretty experimental still. I do think if we would use that, we'd have to rewrite our engine. Pretty sure.
What did we? I'm not even sure web GPU is really available from JavaScript, and we don't use WebAssembly.
It is experimental, I think. How do you decide when to git commit?
All the time.
There's no logic to it.
Not often enough. Or
Not often enough.
I think that's
and we often sometimes do something like, oh, here are a few changes, and then on the next line there's like a list of changes we did.
Yeah, I mean, it's like very subjective.
I even use emojis in my commit messages. I specifically installed a plugin into WebStorm for it. So I can
So let's see if that helps. I think I just did something that might help. Hopefully.
Let me change it back. How to get a collective no from everyone, including all of us. Felix, you don't have free will anymore.
What?
You don't have free will anymore, at least not when it comes to using light or dark mode, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I got it to work. Nice.
What?
Nice.
It works. So, but let me see if it also works if I do not reset, but just do the thing we did before.
By the way, public service announcement. Don't give strangers your credit card number, and don't click on strange links in Discord.
Okay, seems to work fine.
DB like fix some bugs. Laugh emoji. Okay, hand. Okay.
Best commit message. Some changes.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Like, let me quickly take a look.
Oh, DK64 subscribed. Hi DK64. Yo, he says. Long time no see.
Yo, is it the original DK64?
Okay, because it's Deke, I have to do something real quick.
You don't have the soundboard still.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
you can just play the song. I mean, it also works.
that's true.
Then again, it's a Nintendo song. Do you think they copyright strike us?
Yes.
Maybe I should skip again. It's also a bit annoying, so let's just skip it again and pretend like this was just a soundboard.
Yeah, we tend to stream whenever Deke is streaming, so that's why it happens.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do
More
it now
like
because
he is always streaming when we are streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have the priority.
Yeah.
Even if there's 64 of it.
Hey Deke, check out our new game.
Take a look.
Finish tile set editor. Champion medal emoji.
You should totally also have like commit messages like finish the map. Finally completely finish the map. Unless eye emoji.
Made test play great again.
Oh no.
Football icon. I think it was broken in between.
Not to Disushito again.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay. So that bug is fixed. Okay, so next I gotta... Thank you.
Oh, does it already work so good? Yeah, also a little something from... I wanted to comment. Comment. The cave map I did.
Yeah.
It was so much faster to create that one in terms of like mapping the details, mapping the environment, basically mapping almost everything compared to Crosscode. It was so much faster because of how good the mapping editor works. Like for example, yeah, I know, but for example, you don't need to make sure you're on the right height layer every time when you place details.
Hey Dennis.
That's true.
Deke, Dennis, look at this here. That's a bug I need to fix now. That stupid thing.
It's not a bug, it's a feature of Yuno eating cucumbers.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do when I try to fix this bug is actually isolating this issue. I want to see the props that we have here. That's actually... Oh, whoa, oh.
You can see the props in the player config, right?
Something went wrong there. Some of the props could not be displayed. I will restart just for a moment.
Oh. By the way,
now we have to use an NPC that's like the cucumber merchant. It just pops up in every major establishment. And tries to sell cucumbers.
Felix, did the music not shuffle correctly?
I don't know what you mean. It looks perfectly shuffled.
Yeah,
I know.
amazing.
I said it should shuffle. I know.
This looks very unshuffled. It looks extremely unshuffled.
That looks extremely in my favor. Nice. I think that looks very fair.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. We're having a Terranigma stream today. Did you know that's the son of the Terranigma producer?
Okay. So what is happening here? Why is this not displayed? That is... Oh, it's a scalable prop.
Yes, yeah. He did this with scalable props.
Oh, and the end is an unsupported... Wait, the keys from the props are just numbers, like start and...
What?
Like, I don't know, something is weird with the scalable props here. So first, I'm not sure, maybe you can check how it looks, but when I... Essentially, now when I open the map, all the scalable props are not displayed correctly. But in the game, they are. So...
What the fuck? Like, can you check the scalable prop in the scalable prop editor and see what it says there for the keys?
Okay, so let's see. That's
like what?
I'm not even sure when that happened though. I need to check. So
I'm also not at my work PC.
Wooden bridge.
I can't even check myself.
I think that's wooden poles, isn't it? Wooden poles would be the one.
No, it's scalables. Isn't scalable and then test and then. I don't know what it exactly is because that's Tefri did this, right?
I think it's wooden poles, yeah.
All right.
So it's vertical. Like in vertical, it's displayed correctly.
God, he just called them numbers. I told him specifically, give this names. Look at the poles. They just have numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
I see.
Okay, so, but the weird thing is, like, nothing is displayed. Did he commit something recently?
Check.
Thomas? No, he did terrain style chests implemented. That's the most recent thing he did, but he never.
It's just chests. That's
just chest, nothing else.
There's also Fisher progress with village mail, but it's just village stuff.
He did figures, scalable roof, but not. Okay.
You can actually look. Like you can go into the editor and say git show history, right? And just show the history for a single file.
I know that, but.
Oopsala. I definitely didn't anything with the scalable, so something must have
it's just the weird thing is though that it works correctly in the game. It just doesn't work correctly in the editor. So that's the weirdest thing.
Like numbers get converted to maybe numbers at some point, and then they throw a non error, but they don't do that in the game engine for some reason. Let me check if a scalable does something different when it's in Weltmeister versus.
Okay, I'm just closing everything. So let's focus. Pass 0, 3. Here we go. Okay. So like there's several scalable props not displayed correctly here, but if I say test play, I think it works correctly.
Let me check it. It's map content and then scalable. It worked just a few versions ago. Like we know that because we.
I mean, it's definitely working in the game. It just doesn't work in.
Yeah. It doesn't show. Like I see it. Right. It doesn't show.
So the problem is that it says that the end value is an unsupported value. So let me just look at the map file.
The map file got changed, in fact.
Yeah.
Commit. So this would make sense.
Data maps, proto, village.
Prop fixes. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there's 7,000 changes. Ooh.
Oh, it uses like an index that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because why is it even numbers and not strings? I'm pretty sure I discussed with him that he should always use strings for the.
I mean, yeah, but the issue here seems to be that he's using something in those props that is not really defined in the scalable prop, and that's why it's not displayed in Weltmeister. But the weird thing is that it's displayed in the game still. Okay. Okay, something actually I want to do. I want to try to copy this thing into a test map just to see if I can kind of like, okay, I have this bug slope test. I'll just copy this map. I actually really like this bugs maps idea, so then we can just create some maps to isolate bugs and issues like this. Okay.
Yeah, the entity code also doesn't do anything specifically different.
Okay, and it doesn't. Okay, so that's weird. Now I inserted that and it's visible, and I will just save it and let me open it again. Okay, if I open the map again, it's still displayed. But what's the difference? Okay, let's look at what is different in the asset. So here we have this here. Now we have maps, box. It's exactly the same. Why?
Question is, what changed in the editor? What could have changed at cost?
I just want to figure out first why it's actually displayed incorrectly. I just because the weird thing really is that it works perfectly fine when it's just isolated in a separate map. Okay, close this file. Just open the whole editor again. The solution is, of course, to switch to Unity, right? No, that's a horrible idea. That's the worst idea. Okay.
Risk of Rain.
Okay. What?
Risk of Rain 2 was made in Unity.
Oh,
that's why it doesn't have a pause menu. Pause in multiplayer.
Wooden poles. Okay, here, that's one that I want to use.
Did a change to the wipe system, I guess, but that shouldn't cause that.
Yeah, I did some changes, but those should not really.
No, I did.
Okay.
But the only thing I did is to make sure that.
Could you check if when you go back a few versions, if it works correctly there?
I'm not at my work PC.
Okay. Damn, those poles are really deep. Okay. I still can't.
By the way, we are 37 reviews away from 10,000.
That's true. Yeah, CrossCode's actually very close to getting 10,000 reviews. Wait, what? Now it works. Are you kidding me? Oh boy. Okay, let me restart again.
Unsupported value. Unsupported value.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me.
Now they're back.
Now I can see it.
Did it happen for... Okay. Could it be that when you close a map that has the same assets in it, that the asset gets unloaded and it isn't visible because the graphic isn't in the mega texture anymore?
Then no. If because it's not just that the graphics missing, it's like the whole shape of the prop. It's like the prop cannot be constructed correctly.
Oh.
But the weird thing is now, the annoying thing is that it doesn't happen anymore. Like,
did you save the village map? Or did you change something in the asset?
I don't think I did, but let me check. No, I didn't change anything in the village map. I think that there's a problem probably with resources. I think it's...
That would be my assumption, yes. That's what I meant, like, could it be that the resource isn't correctly loaded? Like the sheet returns a empty scalable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. So maybe this was probably already long in there, but we never noticed.
Okay, let me see.
By the way, I hope you liked the Terranigma soundtrack, because we are still getting a lot of tracks from that.
Okay, I could reproduce it now.
Nice.
Let me see if I load one map and then load the other map, I always get this issue. So I just need to load the pass 01 center and then pass 03, and then I essentially get this problem. Okay, can I have a look at the scalable prop? And because
yes, it is called scalable, just scalable tiers.
Scalable.
And there's like the scalable sheet in there and the scalable cacheable resource.
I have one theory there. A scalable sheet is a JSON resource, and then you have a scalable, which is okay. It is a cacheable resource. The scalable does load all the figures, right?
Yeah, there's this build function, right? And the build function sets together these figures. It sets like figure blah blah blah, and then it calls figure get.
Oh, we got a subscription by a bit of Bailey's, who subscribed for 25 months already. Hey, saying happy holiday season, everybody. Thank you very much, Ro.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Row your boat
Gently down the stream.
Okay.
Me something.
Da 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 da.
So this essentially mimics the sheet.
Yeah.
Sheet, right?
Yeah. If I look at it, should work. I think. Yeah. The way I see it.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe because I watch files and unwatch files
that should be unrelated, because none of the files is changing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Nothing changes.
Okay, let me see.
You can make a simple check, and when you load the map and the scalables return null for some reason for a...
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely the case that a scalable entity adds the figures only if they're there, right? That's why it doesn't crash, because I wanted to not crash the game. But even telling you unsupported value as if the scalable isn't even loaded anymore.
I mean, that is actually not an issue. The unsupported value is because it actually uses an AND that doesn't exist.
Okay.
So that is not the issue here. It would be the same, I think. Let me just save it now. I mean, that would be weird if it would also not work, but I think it still shouldn't work. I just need to first start the one map and then switch over to the other map. Like, now it probably works. No, it also doesn't work. Damn. So I don't even... You see, but you know, it does have both values correct. It's still not displayed, so...
Yeah.
But I think it seems to be related. If this map is here and the other map is here, something goes wrong.
Like, check, there's also the scalable entity. My idea is right now... The scalable entity calls like destroys or like destroys the scalable asset, and then a new scalable gets created in the next map. Like, what happens if you now move around that entity? Or like,
okay, so you have this update settings method. Let me see what it does. Then you get the scalable, yes.
Right. Yeah, I fetched the scalables if the like actually the code is no, that's fine.
I mean, you should make sure that you should also drop the ref if it's already defined, but that should not be the issue here because we only call this method once per entity, I think. I don't.
That's why I asked you this too, right? And you said, yeah, that's not. It's not that bad because of that.
I mean, for editors, it should not be a big deal.
Bidoyle 222. I guess Bidoyle. Subscribed for 6 months in advance, apparently.
Oh, damn!
That's
Welcome.
nice. I didn't know that's possible.
Welcome to the internet.
Okay, let me just do something here.
At night, Fury subscribed with
entities.
Twitch Prime.
The Twitch Prime back-to-back subscription. On-berry isn't called when you switch files in the editor, right?
Look, wait. So scalable has a name. What is this again?
Actually, it's already so late. Oh.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I'm really distracted now because now I'm working on something else again, but that's fine. I mean,
that's how it is. You're like,
yeah.
Oh wait, there's another bug. But you can leave it to me. Like, really,
I don't really think it's. It might not be like a scalable issue. It might be a resource loading issue. So I want to look into this too. It's I'm just curious.
Asking a dumb question, but maybe can be related that the editor load too many props with 2 maps.
Yeah, I think it might be related with the 2 maps loading props at the same time. That's what I'm thinking too. Like, probably not an amount of like, there should not be an issue with too many props, but rather that something in the resource callbacks is going wrong. I just want to check if the thing is actually built. It's not built.
It's not built. So that means...
Oh, it is. Wooden pole.
Oh, okay.
Wooden poles, but it's just built once, not just one time. And that's it.
But when you switch... Yeah, I mean, wait, what? It's just for one entity, right? Yeah, makes sense. We see that.
Yeah.
We see that
it should be built more often.
Yeah, the build function is not even called.
Yeah.
Right? Because scalable is false. If you check for this scalable, then you can see that your console log is below the null check.
Actually, let me just go to edit entities.
Good old console.log. Who needs debuggers? I mean, console.log is sometimes...
yeah, well, debuggers are sometimes just not practical, and that's one of those cases, because there's like a whole bunch of entities that's created, and we can't just create one breakpoint that essentially goes through all of them. And I just wanted to quickly check if is it even constructed, and it seems like it's not constructed, because we only get one of the things being constructed, the others are not. So the next thing I'm again gonna use console.log. I just want to check if all the entities are actually properly created in the entity editor thing. There's this unloading complete callback.
Huh.
Okay, so that doesn't seem to be the issue, the unloaded entity thing.
I mean, yeah, if this scalable is not even set, right, then the constructor is not even called. But it is, the entity is there, right? Like you can hover over it.
Okay. I think we did have some pretty printing for entity, right? So if I just console log an entity, it should do some pretty printing, let's hope.
I don't know if you...
I think I did something, but maybe it's not pretty enough.
It's not pretty.
Okay. Oh, look here. Unload entity, it says prop. So many props. Okay, I have an idea. I just printed if entity instance of scalable prop, a scalable entity.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just see if it's actually properly unloaded, like if it acts like all the things have been loaded.
Hmm. I mean, now that you know how to reproduce it, you might also be able to do a bug test map more consistent.
I mean, that's just the issue here, because it seems to be like it does work perfectly fine on this one. Oh yeah, so a lot of scalable props are actually unloaded. It looks like it might be actually unloaded properly, so... And then... entity, and what is it? Scalable...
Oh look, there's an adorable peepee.
Hi, hi. Okay. Right, so the wooden poles are actually created several times. In fact, 8 times.
A new scalable object?
Okay, actually how many wooden poles are actually here? So, okay, that's village fence, village fence. There's barely anything here. It's only... yeah, wooden poles. It has been created several times, in fact. Unloaded, so that means unloaded is called when okay, let's see. I think now I actually might do a breakpoint, but I will make it my life a little bit easy by just saying please only break if it's wooden poles, because I know those are having issues. I have some theories, some ideas why this might happen, but I'm not sure. It might be something related to game states. Okay, so here we go. That because what might happen is that when the entity is added, that the game state it belongs to might not be the active one. But I think I did something with so essentially I quickly swapped out the game set to be the active one, but maybe for whatever reason this doesn't work in some case.
You can easily do a push pop.
Okay, I will just create a breakpoint because now I'm at the. I essentially have it nailed down. Okay, let me just start the whole thing in debug mode. See if.
In that case, I'll hit the hay.
All right.
I'm pretty pooped.
Oh no. And I wonder what was smelling.
Why?
So much.
Stop working. Jeez.
Stop working.
I hate
goddammit.
this. Why does this not work in debug mode? This is the worst. No.
But why does it work in debug mode?
Okay, now it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good.
Okay, I just want to say, like, what?
And no, I don't know. I think it has like something to do about how resources are loaded and if something is cached and like depending on how resources are, I don't know, written in the game, and that kind of like makes it work or not.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Thanks for having me.
All right. Good night.
I wish you a merry holiday and